You guys kept asking for it, so here it is. A step-by-step tutorial on this Red Hood kit bash and everything you'll need to get it done. You're gonna need off-rip two figures. First is the G.I. Joe Classified Outback. This is the orange version. I believe there are 2 or 3 versions of this figure. Doesn't matter which one. You're gonna be needing the legs and bicep down from this guy, along with the holsters that he has. Next, you're going to need the CT Toys Hush Batman. This is the Mafex. I don't have a spare CT Toys on hand, but they're pretty much the same for the comparison. And this, you're going to be using the upper torso along with his shoulders. So in order to get the hip ball to fit into the Mafex torso, you have to Dremel them out. The top one is the one that I customized. You can see that it's quite a bit larger than the stock version. You just go in there with a Dremel and kind of do it inch by inch until you can make it fit. These are the pants after being dyed. I didn't paint them. Dyeing is just a simpler process. You're going to use this RIT dye, synthetic. Make sure it is synthetic. I get it off Amazon. This is what you can look up for it. When you're dyeing the legs, you want to make sure you take them apart. Take away the hip from the pelvis. Take the holsters off because the dye can get sticky. You're going to want to wash it after you dye it. And it came out pretty clean. It's all black. You can still see the camo pattern through it, which I thought was really cool. And then with the boots, to differentiate them, I went in and gave them a gray silver gunmetal dry brush. And on the knees, I gave it some scuffing. Next, we're going to be walking through the bicep and shoulder assembly and how I modified it. So the shoulder on the Mafex already has these little holes in it because the bicep actually pegs in through there. You just have to make it a tad bit bigger to fit the new peg. Once you remove the shoulder cap, you can see the new ball joint that is in the bicep. That peg right there basically pegs into the actual shoulder joint through the shoulder cap and functions pretty much exactly how the Mafex did prior. It doesn't slip out or anything like that and stays in place fairly well. I got these little joints off Amazon. This is where you can look it up and get it. They're pretty useful. I've used them for a couple things and they worked perfect for this. And the reason I went for a ball here instead of just a peg is so that you can have the extra range of motion from the bicep with that ball that you don't usually get with a standard bicep swivel. As you can see here, when crossing the arms over the chest, you can get much more range than the standard Mafex. And I want this range of motion because when the jacket is put on, it's going to limit articulation. So if you emphasize it more now, you'll get more out of it later. And as you can see here, it is drastically better than the Mafex. So if you guys have any questions going further, just let me know and I'll be sure to answer them in the comments. Peace, guys.